Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Vern, and I'm back with another video. It's Saturday, 10 a.m. I hope you guys are here to get into some good conversation on some nutrition as we start the new, I'm gonna call it the new year because we about to get outside again. If you're here, I appreciate you being here. If you're here live, like I said, my name is Vernon Coles. I am a personal trainer here in Chicago. For those if you know me from here in Chicago, thank you, and thank you as much to the people who I've not met yet, and you just out here coming to say hello and try to hear what I've been saying these last few weeks. I hope y'all like what I'm doing. If you're in the if you're here, I see one person might be here right now. Say hello in the comments. Let me know what's up. Let me know if you having you a nice little coffee or tea or something this morning and you ready to get into it. If you got some questions, get ready to give them to me because I'll be answering questions all along the way. But we're going to get in. We're going to have a nice little day today. I'm excited. Good morning, Ash. Let me say hi in the comments. I love doing this. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you taking some time out of your morning to listen. Hopefully you're awake. I'm feeling good, y'all. I had 2 sessions this morning. My desk, I got no place for anything anymore. I got so many different gadgets out here. I got no place to put anything. This is going to be real light, okay, you guys? I don't, I'm not a nutritionist. So I can't really give y'all nutritional information per se. Like when I say I can give you plenty of nutritional information, I just can't give you a diet. And that's actually Ash is here. My man, John is here. What's up, brother? I love this dude right here, man. He been coming in. He hit me in the comments all the time and then showing up. I didn't even see you up there. Dude, I appreciate you, man. I really do. It's so gratifying to think that somebody would take time out of their life and be like, all right, I'm gonna get up at 10 a.m. to go see this cat I met on YouTube and here, because that's community. Like, I would do this. I would come on to do a live stream every single time to talk to John and Ash. Because, man, I don't, it's a community. And whether that community be 1 or 2 people or it be 10,000 people, it's just a beautiful thing to know that somebody felt strongly enough about what you've been saying here to actually repeat and come back again. So I just want to show a lot of gratitude for that because it's a blessing. I don't always like to go back on to talk about Oprah Winfrey, but I work there. But I'm going to share this real quick, y'all. One time, and this goes back to what I'm talking about right now. I was in Australia for 3 weeks doing this, like 4 shows in Australia. And typically to do a show, you got a team of 12 producers, and then you got a team of a lot of editors and assistant editors. It take a real large group to pull one show off. And when we were doing these shows, and it was just, we're doing 4 shows, but you can't take the whole Harpo staff down to Australia. So, we loaded up one huge plane, took a bunch of people, and we had to produce these shows. At the end of producing these shows, we had a rap party. And during that rap party, Oprah talked, she was amazed by how we were able to pull it off with such a small number of very skilled people. And she said, I realized that, number one, that you guys could be doing any job because you've had to do multiple things to make this happen. I'm going to get to this, tell you the basis of what I'm talking about here in a second. But she was like, you guys did so much that you could be doing anything and be successful in it because, I know you had the multitask. And she was like, I'm so grateful that what the platform that I have, which is the Oprah Winfrey Show, has drawn you to me. And by the same token, I have been drawn to you through the platform. So I have the platform, but we are equal in that we created this ginormous show and we do this on a daily basis. And it's because we have this shared energy that's positive, that's able to produce what we produce. And this is the type of experience I feel when like somebody is like coming in. I'm like, I gotta do my best, man. I got Ash and John have come. Like, I gotta be ready. I gotta, I gotta do what I, need to do to prepare. And so it's just like a yin and yang for the two of, for, the relationship, because whenever I look into that glass, we always want to think I'm talking to one person. So, all right, I spent a lot of time talking about that, but this is a live stream, and I don't want to make it seem like it's so technical that we can't go outside of what we're trying to get done, because it's just for us to kind of, talk, have fun, communicate, and hopefully I could teach you something and you could teach me something, because I'm very humble. And when people have, when they bring something in that I use, I like to say, oh yeah, you know what? I learned this from so-and-so. And here's my next point. That Ash there, that AA, she is a budding nutritionist, and hopefully over the next few months we are going to be doing some collaborating, and I'll be able to give you information from an actual nutritionist that would be able to give you real health plans and meal plans and things of that nature. But like I said, I am able to give you guys a lot of information. I just can't like write you a meal plan, because that's against the code of what personal trainers are supposed to do. I can tell you what I do, and a lot of what I do today will be doing that. So anyway, let's try to get into it a little bit. The reason, the last few weeks I've been talking a lot about kind of bettering ourselves, kind of like learning about the mental and physical and spiritual parts of being happy in life, and these different type of things, because this is the season for that. We're going into a season where a lot of people want to lose weight. That always started in January, right? But because of the pandemic we went through, a lot of people are delaying it a little bit. But now, it may be getting more real for some of us, especially in the Midwest, where we're starting to, spring is coming and we're able to get outside again. And so I get a lot of questions about nutrition. Don't worry, for y'all that want to see some workouts, I did a huge workout video yesterday that I'm gonna be posting maybe tomorrow or Monday, for you, so you guys get some of that too. We ain't just gonna talk about this the being healthy in the eating sense and the mental sense, and that we definitely gonna get into some physical stuff, because I am a personal trainer and that's what I love and do. But I'm getting a lot of questions, and a lot of people want to start cutting, right? And some of these people that want to cut, they not cutting because they overweight. They cutting because they went for a massive body in the winter, and now they want to go ahead and start showing off the detailed muscles and keeping that, mass up while losing body fat. So there's a guidelines. What I'm gonna give you today is really simple, y'all, because if you overthink this, this is for beginners, but I think that people that are further along sometimes will need to get some of this information and to kind of refresh their memories on some of this. But the first thing is, obviously, when we get starting to cut and we want to go into that weight loss season, man, that's a rookie mistake, right? That'll get you in so much trouble. When let me cut that off real quick. Somebody was texting me real quick. Okay. That'll get you in so much trouble when you're on the shoot. When you're doing it might be like Michael Jordan sitting over there. When I used to do, I did a commercial with Michael Jordan in it. I wasn't on set for him, but you on set. And when I used to do television commercial, I used to be an assistant editor for television commercial company called Optimus in Chicago. Another really awesome company that produced some fantastic work if you guys are looking for production. But when your phone went off in the middle of a production, and Mike's sitting over there giving his line, stuttering through it, that'll get you in a lot of trouble. That was his best take, and your phone went off. That's a rookie mistake right there on my part. But anyway, when you want to start off right, we're gonna start off by starting to eat. Clean up the diet, right? You're a beginner and you want to start addressing your food and getting into healthy food habits. The first thing you want to do is you just want to clean up your diet a little bit, right? Like I said, it's for beginners, but you want to start thinking about eating your whole foods. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because if you follow me and you see that I've moved to a plant-based diet, what I'm talking about has nothing to do with a plant-based diet today, okay? We just talking about general diets, okay? I'm not versed enough yet in that to talk about that, and I don't want to come off as something or somebody who I'm not by being 10, 11 days into being a vegetarian and then coming in here like, all right, what we're about to do is this, all right? We ain't on that, all right? But so this is general, whatever your diet may be. First thing you want to do is start cleaning up your diet, and one of the easiest and the best things I can tell you to do is just move into your whole food based diets, right? I don't mean whole food based as in going to Whole Foods. I mean a diet where the foods you eat are one thing, like it be not adding ingredients and so forth. If it come in a box, it doesn't fit what we're trying to do. All right, we're not trying to work with. We're talking about unprocessed foods. Okay. So, when you building out your diet, you say, okay, now I'm just going to start eating some fruits. I'm going to start eating some vegetables. I'm going to start eating some eggs. I'm going to start eating, I'm going to have me some baked chicken, whatever it may be. You want to start by hitting your whole food diet, okay? So that's one of the simplest ways to really start tackling that starting to get into that weight loss movement is just by cutting out some of the garbage that I ain't even gonna kind of call it garbage. It's not necessarily garbage. It's just even going away from something like when you doing your protein supplements, like you got your protein drink. Maybe instead of getting your protein drink, you're gonna get it directly through some a bunch of eggs, egg whites, things like that. You're gonna cut out some of the carbs that will come within that protein shake per se, right? But once you're there and you're like, okay, now I'm starting to pay a little bit more attention to my diet, where do I go from here? Well, you want to figure out your BMR, okay? That is your basal metabolic rate, all right? And that's really important because what it means, it's the calories you burn without doing anything, okay? That means you could just be sleeping in the bed and just sitting on the couch and you're not doing anything. That's the calories that your body needs to actually to perform just living and being alive, okay? And there's a equation that you use to figure it out, but the best way I'll list a couple of sites you could go to that you can just enter in your weight and your height and age and these things to figure out what your BMR is. But once you figure out your basal metabolic rate, and that might be, okay, I need 1,300 calories a day just to live. But then we do more than live. As soon as you get up out of the bed, you breaking the code, right? You're already moving around, right? And you're lifting your coffee to take a drink. You're digesting your coffee. Your body is doing the things internally to move this through your system. Once you start doing that, you're already burning calories. So if you need to eat enough food to maintain that process of just being alive, right? Or else you're starving yourself. But when you start adding activities, if you're one of these people, there's 6 stages. Like if you don't do anything, you multiply your BMR by 1.2. It means that like I'm very sedative. I don't do much. I just sit around, but I get out of bed. And then you got your super advanced athlete types. You know, we're gonna multiply that BMR by 1.9. And it's gonna give us. It's gonna mean like that guy or that gal can burn can eat a much higher amount of nutrients because they burning a lot of calories in their workouts and the work they do, and that may be a person working on a factory line moving a bunch of boxes off of a factory. They gonna burn a lot more than somebody that is at a desk editing. So we're gonna figure out the BMR, how active is this person, and that's how we're gonna figure out our intake. Once we got that BMR, we want to figure out how many calories we should take in based off of how many calories we burn. I'm going to give you guys another link in the description of today's video that's going to tell you how to figure that out. Once you figure that out, now you have your BMR, which is how many calories you need to burn without doing anything. And then you have your calorie intake, which is how many calories you need to eat based off of how active you are, okay? And remember, hey, if y'all got any questions, I'm going to throw up, crap, I didn't even put that slide up. I want to see, let me click over and check something here real quick, you guys. Excuse me for this. Email, yeah, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to do it from here. Let me just throw up my email for you guys. If you need me to figure this out for you, in fact, I will, okay? Email me at vern@usawafitness.com, and I will actually draw this up for each and every person that emails, and that way you don't even have, you're just going to have to give me your name or, your weight, age, and height, and I can figure these out, and I can actually give you this information so you do not have to calculate it on your own. Okay? All right. I have a little thing here that I can hit and it'll pop up all my screens, but I forgot to put that one in it, so I had to go over there myself. But anyway, once you figure out your intake, now you're in a good place. And the reason why we're figuring this out is because we're trying to figure out how many calories in versus how many calories out. This is how we base how we lose and gain weight. We know that if my intake is, in order for me to work out and maintain my weight every day, is 1,500 calories, and I want to lose weight, I have to eat less than that 1,500 calories. If I'm trying to gain weight and my calorie intake number is 1,500, then I need to add to that 1,500. We don't want to, for women, you should never really be going below 1,200 calories a day, and men generally 1,600. Don't take that as definitive, but that is like kind of like the some of the loose guidelines that they have. No, you shouldn't be, because you're trying to diet, you should not be eating 900 calories and 1,000 calories a day. Is dangerous, and we don't. And that type of that can lead to some problems, both mentally and physically. So we want to keep this in stride and do it in a way where we can stay within the healthy numbers and still reach our goal. Although sometimes it may take a little bit longer for some people and a little shorter for others. But so once we got the BMR and we got we figure out our caloric needs for a day, then we want to try to figure out our macros, okay? Your macronutrients are basically your main three are your proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, right? And those are where you're going to get the majority of your nutrients from. And then you got your micronutrients, and those are kind of like a lot of like your vitamins and minerals that you should get through a healthy whole based diet. If you're eating a nice healthy whole food based diet, you can usually cover all of your, shouldn't need a supplement. Although, if you're in an area where you're not getting a lot of sun, you may need to have a vitamin D supplement, or if you are on a plant-based diet, sometimes people feel like you may need a vitamin B supplement. But for the most part, we could get most of the nutrition straight through a healthy diet. And so the micronutrients they're all important that you get them, but you can get those through focusing on your fats, carbohydrates, and your protein. When you figured out what your BMR is and your intake, then you're gonna start working on your macro splits. All right, we know that you got you got 4 grams of proteins, and wait, let me think. I'm tripping. I'm getting lost for words. Yeah, you're gonna have 4 calories per gram in your carbs, 4 calories per gram in your proteins, and then 9 in your fats. And when we start looking at how to build that out, if I have a client whether you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, I usually keep the split at 40, 30, 30, 40 protein, 30 carbs, and 30 fat percentages, okay? And these are healthy fats and healthy carbs. But then if you want to play with it, you could then, you can play around to figure out what works best for your diet based on, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to, gain size and things like that, maybe you play around with the protein a little bit more. If you have questions about that, I could go a little bit deeper. Go ahead, hit me at that email address, and we'll get into it a little bit, okay? And then if you like what we're talking about, y'all, go ahead, give me some love and smash that like button real quick, and let everybody know that you liking what we're talking about. But then once you get those macro splits down, now you got a nice strong base. All right, you're gonna tell yourself, all right, I gotta get, I'm gonna try to get this 160 grams of protein every day, and I'm gonna balance that with my little 40% or my little 30% of these carbs and my 30% of these fats. And then now we're walking ourselves in. We're starting to pay attention to the back of that package and what each meal that we eat is offering. And when you use an app like MyFitnessPal, some people are using Noom. I'm always going to tell people to stick with MyFitnessPal because it's free. The basic version of MyFitnessPal is free, and it's hands down. It's lights out, y'all. I make every client that's trying to lose or gain weight get on MyFitnessPal, and you can find me on MyFitnessPal. It's Vec Jr., capital VEC, and then Junior. If you want to link up and be friends on MyFitnessPal, we can do that. But even if you're eating a whole food-based diet and you're cutting and you're trying to get that, you're working on pulling that weight down or gaining, and you eat a whole food-based diet, you can call in and you can say, hey, I ate, or you can dial into MyFitnessPal and say, I ate, a bag of carrots, and you scan that bag of carrots with your smartphone, or you get on your computer and you type it in and you say, I ate 1 cup. It's going to give you all of your macro and micronutrients, and you will know, hey, I've eaten breakfast this morning. I listed the shake that I ate this morning, and it will tell you exactly how many calories you ate and exactly how many of those calories came from protein, fats, and carbs. And then you just keep building out each meal, right? You hit your meal, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your snacks in between, whatever you having. And you're going to get a real solid base of how to start tracking your your food and exactly what it looks like to have a nice, strong, healthy day of eating clean and in a way that you're going to get that caloric deficit that leads to the change that you're looking for in your body. Now, once you got those, you hit that, right? We got our BMR. We figured, and that's us figuring out how many calories we need to live without doing anything. Then we figure out our caloric and our calories in to maintain the weight that we're at. And then we get those macros in line, and we figure out what it looks like to eat a healthy, balanced number of nutrients. Then we can say, all right, now I can eat, because I work out a lot. I can eat 2,500 calories a day, but I want to get bigger. Now I figured out how many calories I should be eating every day. 2,500. I want to gain weight. 3,500 calories. I'm gonna talk about gaining weight first, because I don't want to do a live stream and act like everybody's trying to lose weight, because some people are trying to get bigger, and I hate when people ignore that group of people. I know most people come here for the weight loss, so we're going to talk about that real quick. But so you may say, okay, now I know how many calories I need to eat, but I want to gain weight. So now we're going to eat real healthy foods, but we're going to add on to that 2,500 calories. Generally, people say, I'm going to add 500 calories a day. I'm going to eat at 3,000. And now I'm going to see what those healthy 3,000 calories do over, 3 weeks or a month, and see where it takes me if I'm gaining size. And you usually want to do this prior to when you're trying to go into your cutting stage, because you're going to gain some fat too, right? And then once you gain your muscle and you like how you're looking, then you're usually going to go into your cut that I'm going to talk about now with the rest of the people. And now if I'm trying to lose weight, I'm going to reduce my caloric, or I always like to say caloric intake, but I think that, sometimes people are like, man, what kind of word is that? But I want to reduce 500 calories from my diet. The reason we use 500 is because 3,500 calories is roughly 1 pound of fat. Okay, and so if I reduce 500 calories per day from my diet, at the end of the week, I have reduced 3,500 calories, equivalent to 1 pound. All right, 1 to 2 pounds are a healthy reduction of weight a month or a week. All right, when you get, and if you have somebody that's morbidly obese, which is very easy to be, they can lose a lot more at the beginning stages, and it'll start to slow down later. But a healthy weight loss is about 2 pounds a week. And if you're in a cut and you're a muscular person, you might want to go for 1.4 to 1.8, just because you don't want to drop too much of that muscle off when you're trying to you work so hard to get it, and then you don't want to lose it too quickly, because you're gonna, if you're losing weight, you are gonna lose some muscle too. So we can, if you're trying to lose 2 pounds a week, you can bump that number up to, you can go, instead of going for a 500 calorie deficit, going to dropping to 2,000, I might drop to 1,600, because like I said, I don't want to drop to 1,500 because I'm a man, and I don't want to go below that loose threshold of 1,200 for a man and 1,600 for a woman as the minimum caloric intake, especially when we're talking about people who are very active and doing a lot of work, whether it be a physical job or working out. So at that point, we're losing 7,000 calories per week and 2 pounds. All right. If you have any questions, y'all let me know in the comments, and I can answer them for you. And if you are here for the first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. And if you are, let me just say thank you. I appreciate every single subscriber. I'm actually at 799 subscribers at the time I started this video today. And man, I can't believe it. I'm so happy and blessed and encouraged that people are continuing to be drawn to what I've been doing here, because I really want to create a community of people where we talk and we share energy, because y'all know that Usawa Fitness is balanced fitness, and I'm all about trying to create healthy lifestyles through mental, physical, and spiritual balance. And there's you can't have, in my opinion, in a world of people, the balance of the relationships that we share is like, that's energy, sharing energy and getting that spiritual side. Like, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I'm also, the energy that we share is also spiritual, in my opinion. And I just love when I could, expand on it with this tool, because it's a way for me to meet more people and hopefully gain some friends. I would like to be able to one day say, hey, y'all, we having a retreat, and we gonna meet up somewhere, and we gonna get to meet face to face, and if we ever do it, I'm gonna tell you, I would love to do it in California, where my kids live. At there's this place, it's called Baldwin Scenic Overlook. If you're in California and you watch this, let me know if you've been there. But it's these stairs that you go up and down, and you can either go straight up and down them, or you can wrap around like this overlook, and it's a great workout regardless. But I always thought, man, I would love to go and train a bunch of people there, and get like a big old Airbnb, and maybe a few Airbnbs or a bunch of Airbnbs, and we just kick it and live healthy, and hang out for a few days and get to just experience something different where we share some energy. Who think that would be dope? Do anybody do that sound like just a corny, creepy dude, or does that sound like something that's dope? In my opinion, I ain't creepy, but I think that would be real smooth to be able to do something like that, and I will one day, y'all. And I don't care if it's just me and one person or if it's me and many, I'm doing it because I aspire to do stuff like that. All right, let's keep it moving. We almost done. Y'all already got y'all laying here for 32 minutes. I apologize, but I hope y'all like what I'm talking about today. I'm just trying to keep it real with y'all and just trying to keep it real loose, because I don't believe that it's always cool to act like, or it ain't even acting. This is simple, y'all. All I am is a tool that people use to get in shape, to change the way they feel and look. But everybody could do it without me. Some of the information I'm just throwing out here today is I'm just trying to lay it out for you who don't know it, who don't know where to start. And you might have a video that you could go to, or you could hear a guy talk real basic about what it takes to do this. I got a bunch of really successful clients who I have transformed bodies. I know I got one in here, and that could speak for that. But it's what I do. I love doing it. I'm always successful with it when people want to follow the guidelines that we talking about today. If people come and they work out with me and they only work out with me and they don't do the extra work, then they don't change the way they look. But for every single person that I've ever trained that wanted to adjust their bodies, it works 100% of the time, because it's science and not chance. And I'm just taking a little bit of time out today to give y'all a little bit of the background of the science, so that you don't have to rely on, oh, I wonder if I ate this, and this, what would happen? Would I lose weight? No. If you take what we talked about today, and if you send me that email, or you use the links in the description that I'm going to add, you will lose what you want to lose, unless you have some thyroid condition or something that is preventing you from actually transforming your body. Sometimes, and it ain't easy, y'all. I'm 50. I'll be 51 years old in about 2 weeks, and it's getting more and more difficult for me with each year. but I have had incredible body transformation of over 50 pounds. And I know it works. That showed me, when I showed myself that I could do it for me, that led me to becoming part of how I became a trainer. It's like, man, I could do this. And once I learned these, I did that without most of the knowledge that we're talking about today. And this is what has allowed me to maintain the body change. And let me say this, losing weight and gaining weight is not easy. But once you find the ideal body, because you did something harder to gain or something harder to lose, maintenance is easier than either of those two. But that maintenance has to be the lifestyle part, right? When you're going for a loss, that's not a lifestyle. When you're going for the gain, that's not a lifestyle. You can't gain forever. What, you're going to keep lifting until you get to be 800 pounds? It's going to be a cutoff. You're going to keep losing until and it's unhealthy. Nah, you're going to find the balance. Once you find the balance and you like how you look, then you don't have to worry about a caloric deficit or overload, right? You can just lay on one calorie and you're like, all right, now I can eat my little 2,000 calories, my 2,500 calories, and this is just natural. I'm not worried about losing, cutting that 500 or adding that 500. And if you do this for, you'll do it for, say, whatever your journey is to get to where you're happy. Once you reach that happy point, you're going to find that it's easy if you continue that for like a year. I know that sounds like a lot, y'all, but if you just continue to stay in your game for like a year or so, man, you just start living it, and you don't even have to. You're not gonna scan at the back of MyFitnessPal. You're not gonna scan with MyFitnessPal because you know what it looks like to eat 400 calorie meal, because you've eaten it. You've got a lot of basic meals that are in your diet that you eat more often. Most people, you got some people that's super foodies, and they cook something different every other day or every day during the week. But I find most people don't. They find a group of foods that they eat consistently, and that allows them to they know how to do it. They know that is what's in it, and then they just kind of know that, okay, I ate about 2,000 calories today. And then once they see that scale move in either direction, and they're not trying to make it move in that direction, it's a warning sign, and they can look back and it's like, oh yeah, I've been off a little bit. Let me pay attention. I'll pull my app out again. Let me talk about something that I didn't talk about. For you beginners out there, I believe that when you're building out your diet, and you're starting to eat those whole foods, and you're starting to get more consistent in your diet, I tell my clients a lot that you may not be able to, you may not be have the willpower and the dedication to hit every meal the right way. We always want to try to be right 80% of the time, and go out of the diet 20% of the time. That'll usually get you a pretty good result. But starting with breakfast, when I went through my weight loss, this is the part where I talk about what I did. I'm not a nutritionist. This is what I did and what I continue to do today. Is I figured out something at breakfast that I could eat consistently almost every day that I knew was 300 to 400 calories, right? And for me, in the beginning, it was oatmeal, all right? Every day I would have my oatmeal. I would put a cup of protein. I would put a scoop of protein in it and some almond milk, and I would know exactly what I was eating 7 days a week. And I liked oatmeal, so I didn't mind. It's good to me, and I liked it. Then I expanded out. I started doing egg whites and spinach. and a piece of whole wheat toast. And, and then, but once I figured out a couple of meals that I could have for breakfast every day, I automatically knew what that 300 to 400 calories looked like. And I still almost eat the same thing every day, and it's been 10 something years. I know everybody don't like to eat like that. Maybe you find 5 or 6 things that fit within that 300, 400 calories, or whatever it is that helps you balance out your day. I like to eat like 5 times a day, so I have 5 meals, and that's how I spread my calories out. I call them 3 main, and then I have two what I call snack meals, and I can show y'all that how it looks on my Fitness Pal setup. But if you do that right in the morning, you know what that 300 to 400 calories look like. Where some people will look at that and they have a breakfast where they have a couple pieces of toast, some eggs, some hash browns, and a couple pieces of bacon, and they got a 1,200 calorie meal, and they're like, man, I ate, I got my meal and I ate my breakfast, but they already ate. That's half the 2,500 calories that I can eat as a very active person working out. And if you're not working out and your job isn't as active as mine is, yeah, you only able to have 1,500 or 1,600 calories a day, you've eaten all your calories in one meal. So now you're learning how to look at your meal differently, because now you got one meal that you know exactly how many calories you're getting from it. Then you do the same thing. You start to learn about what your lunch meal looks like. All right, I'm having, a sandwich, whole wheat sandwich with a couple slices of turkey and some couple pieces of tomatoes and some lettuce or whatever. And now you eat that. You probably shouldn't be eating that every day, but then, you say, okay, I also have, a cup of rice and some turkey or chicken breast and a couple cups of broccoli. And now you're like, all right, that hit me for 500 calories. You get to start to figure out what it looks like to eat healthy, y'all. That's why I'm telling you, get that MyFitnessPal. If you never used it before, get it. Start scanning in your food. Get you a little tiny scale. Cost you less than $15. Start weighing out your food during this time where you're trying to go into this. This is for beginners, but you're trying to go into this loss, right? You're trying to cut this weight. And you will be thanking me later, because I'm teaching you how to create some ultra healthy habits that are going to put you in line to feel phenomenal when I'm going backwards. When July hit, all right? When summer hit, how good is it going to feel if you take the 2 weeks you got left in March, the 1 month you got left in April, the 1 month you got left in May, the 1 month you got left in June. Y'all, that's 3.5 months. All right. If you're doing that 2 pounds a week deal, we talking about 8 pounds a month, and that's 24 pounds that you could lose, or in the 3 months, or if you cut that in half and you think of it as 12 pounds that you lost. I mean, a lot of y'all don't even need to lose all that. But think about how good you're going to feel if when July comes, you're going to be able to walk out of there feeling cut and putting on your clothes and feeling really good about how they feel and look, and you continuing on this healthy journey and you feeling better because you're not eating the way you had been. That's an easy way to also propel you into changing your habits. I said I was going to let y'all get out of here 12 minutes ago. I'm sorry. I'm going to really go ahead. I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to cut it down real quick. But I wanted to really talk a little bit about what I did during my weight loss. When I went, I was at like 207. I got all the way down to 150. I remember this guy named Kevin Menching. He was looking at me when I lost all my weight, and he's like, man, that's not a man weight. You need to have some man weight on your body. And it's still sticking in my head how somebody say something to you. But I was trying to go low in order to go back up. And I just knew that I wanted to get a lot off of my body in order for me to look better, and then start gaining muscle. But I'd had lost too much weight, and I could see it in the pictures when I look back at it. Like, yeah, I went a little bit too far. Maybe I'll post them at one point and show y'all what I'm talking about. But I feel good today. Last thing, today marks a very special day, y'all. I'm just gonna pull up one more picture for y'all, one more thing, because today is March 13th, and on this day, I was sitting at the beginning of Mount Kilimanjaro. This was 10 years ago today. I was about to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Africa, y'all. And that's a picture that I took. Look how happy I was looking. I was so grateful for that journey. And today, my Google Photos threw this up to tell me that it marked the day which I was on that mountain, and I was starting off my trip. So there's it. See, this is that thing where it pops up all of my. I gotta figure out why it does that. For some reason it pops up all my lower thirds at one time. Sometimes when I go out, and there it go again. Sorry about that, y'all. Just ignore those little. I've been talking about how I was gonna fix that in several live streams, but I don't know why it does it. I'm sorry. But today marks that day, so I just want to say congratulations to me, because I'm very happy about being able to say I did that 10 years ago. I wanted to go back with my daughter in a couple of years when I get my money right, and I'm able to do something beautiful like that for her and with her. So with that being said, I just want to say thank y'all for coming. If you've never been here before, please hit the subscribe button. If you like what I talked about, please hit the like button, and make sure you hit the bell so you can get an alert for these streams. I do them every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And I just want to try to spread some good spirit and show some love for people out there that need to have these type of questions answered. Does anybody that is here right now have a question? If you're not here live, just hit me in the comments and I'll answer that question. I'm real small, y'all. I'm big, and I got 799 clients, and I'm grateful for all of those. All right, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, Ark, let me ask you, what's your real name? If you don't mind sharing, it's okay if you don't. I just try to remember everybody. I want to be able, like I said, I'm trying to grow a community, and I want to be able to talk to y'all by name and be able to say, what's up, homie, and whatever. But if not, don't trip. You don't need to put it in there. Just let you know I am trying to do that. But I'm going to try to keep giving y'all healthy content that you guys, I hope, like. Does anybody have a question? I got about a 5-second delay on these live streams, y'all. So if you type something and I don't instantly respond to it, it's because of that. So that's why I'm trying to take a second. Alec, all right. Hey, it's nice to meet you, brother. Met you in OW the other day. Oh, yeah, right. Exactly. Okay. What's up, brother? I appreciate it. Good man. And you came, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming here. We play a game that we like together. That OW stands for Overwatch. I'm a Overwatch fanatic, y'all. Anybody a gamer out there, you'll hit me up. We can link there too. But I appreciate you coming, man. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed what we talked about today. And just want to say, again, thank you for coming. I appreciate y'all. If you have any questions, let me know. And with that, I always like to close by saying love and peace, everybody. Out.